Governor Hunt, Lieutenant Governor Perdue, Council of State, fellow Democrats. I couldn't help but be reminded of a time back in the 1960s when a young man from Wilson and I used to get in my old battered car and drive around the counties of western North Carolina. And Jim, the fellow that I'm going to present in a minute, displayed some of the skills that you have and had in 1968. And we are pleased, Governor, you're here tonight. My task is to present our Congressman Heath Shuler. You know that he's a native of Swain County. You know that he played a pretty fair game of football in high school, took his team to the state championship. You know that he played a pretty good game at Tennessee. He was also an academic All-American. When he was elected to Congress last year, because of help from many of you in this room, he soon distinguished himself. He served on the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, on the Natural Resources Committee, on the Small Business Committee, and he chairs, very rare, he chairs the subcommittee on Rural and Urban Entrepreneurship. That's hard for Swain County to pronounce. All of you know that people in my family make comparisons with stories in the past and with great books. About 158 years ago, a man who grew up in the mountains of New England wrote a book that he called The Big Fish, or The Great Fish, or Moby Dick. And he wrote these words: "And there is a mountain eagle in some souls that can dive down into the blackest gorges and soar out again and become invisible in the sunny spaces. And even if he forever flies within the gorge, that gorge is in the mountains, so that even in his lowest swoop, the mountain eagle is still higher than other birds upon the plain, even though they soar." We know that the leadership, some of the leadership in Washington is in a swoop, the kind of which we have never seen in our lives. As a student of history, I can say to you tonight, this administration, the last two of George Bush, will go down in history as the worst administration in the history of the world.